You're here at the TimeZonePodcast. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Before we get into our first episode, which is pre-recorded, we want to take the time out to acknowledge the current social climate in the United States. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Our hearts goes out to his family and the people of Minneapolis. The ongoing issue of police brutality, racial profiling, and social injustice all around the world are topics that needs to be discussed, and we will touch on those subjects later on in our podcast. Until then, please stay safe and love one another. Hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Hey.
Hi.
Today is our first ever podcast. Welcome to Time Zone, everyone. So why did we do a podcast, girls?
I feel like we're missing a step. I feel like we need to explain why it's even called Time Zone and say why we needed a podcast type of thing. So Obviously, the reason why we wanted to call it Time Zone is because us three ladies are in different time zones. And also, time zone doesn't mean like just the location. Sometimes it can mean like your journey in life. Sometimes it can mean like what's currently happening right now in your situation. So we're all in different time zones. Obviously, me and you, Shanice, we're both in London, but we've got an American in the building. Eunice is in America, and I'm related to both of you.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
So I thought, what better way to bring all of us together and bring some excitement. So yeah, Eunice, do you want to tell them why we decided to start the podcast? Obviously, I've told them about the name.
Well, we decided to start the podcast because not only are we three strong, beautiful Black women that love to talk to each other, we're related, we all realized that we have our own different journeys, have our own different experiences, and we thought, there's someone out there that is experiencing the same thing, if not different, that might benefit from a conversation. And not just any conversation, an honest conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know what you're saying. But yeah, so again, there's different ages. Again, like I said, back to the naming, different parts of our lives. We've experienced it. We've all been young, and we've all had different upbringings. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So now it's time to share a bit of knowledge as well as see what's happening now. Sometimes I'm still trying to figure out stuff. So if I can talk to these two lovely ladies and they can help me with my decision making or trying to figure things out, then hey, that's a plus.
Yeah,
definitely.
To realize that this is our journey that we're choosing to share with you, whereby not forcing our thoughts and feelings on you. So don't take it that way. It's just a couple of girls having some tea.
Yeah, let's get into it, ladies. Let's get into it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, everybody listening to our Time Zone podcast, welcome to our first ever segment of What's Up With That? Okay, so this is the part of the show where we basically talk to you guys about the latest hot topics, what's going on, what's in the news, and what's everyone kind of talking about right now. So with that being said, there is no way that we cannot talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine getting his ass out of jail.
Oh, God.
What do you guys think about the whole situation? What did you think about this whole, should he have ratted? Shouldn't he have ratted? What is it? And are we picking and choosing when we accept rats?
Yes, we are picking and choosing. We are. And I think now that he's now labelled a rat, I feel like he feels as if he has to keep it up. But it shouldn't be like that. I think it should be that, okay, you said what you said and let's move on from it. I feel like the media is purposely trying to keep it, they're trying to keep it hot for a very long time.
Yeah. And just quickly, just for people, because there might be some people listening to this and they're like, who is Tekashi 6ix9ine? So I'll just give you a little breakdown. Obviously, he was a rapper. He was also gang affiliated, and he didn't hide the fact that he was gang affiliated. He got caught up into some business. He got arrested. When it was time to cooperate with the police, he decided he was going to cooperate the whole way with the police and told them every little bit. Okay, so now the whole of the music industry is basically calling him a rat, but at the same time, I guess some people kind of feel like he was justified for ratting.
I mean, I feel like if it comes down to, speaking personally, if it comes down to a choice between saving myself and people who might have done me wrong, even though I have been wrong too, I would be inclined to save myself. I mean, you're not writing my checks. You know, in his case, it's like it's a double-edged sword, so to speak. Like, he's been bad. He chose himself over everything. And like you said, like, we choose when we want to, you know, bash somebody now, and we make that conscious decision. So I get it, and then I don't. So I don't know.
I mean, to me, I feel like I wouldn't do it. I would just go to jail. Only because, yes, because I was there doing the crimes with all these people, yes. And okay, fair enough. You can say that, they tried to sleep with his baby mother, they tried to have him killed. What man wouldn't do that? Now, I would totally be on his side if he didn't try and put out a hit on another artist. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was Chief Keef. I can't remember, and I could be wrong on the name of the artist, but he definitely put a hit out. There was a video of him doing it. There was a video of him, and he was very happy. So I just feel like you can't do all this dirt with these people. And then when it's time to go to jail, whatever, you're saying that you're right. Plus, if he came back out and he was humble, I don't think people get onto him as much.
That's true. Yeah, he hasn't been humble, and he continues to snitch.
Like, why is he bringing up Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, continue.
He's like, Snoop Dogg was a rat. 1, there's no proof that Snoop Dogg was a rat. Yeah. 2, Snoop Dogg is, even if he did rat, he's not come out and been like, yeah, I'm a rat, I don't care.
Yeah.
So why are you proud? If you're that proud of being a rat, then you wouldn't be trying to bring other people in and saying, look, if I'm getting blamed, then they should get blamed too. You wouldn't do that. So he feels some type of way himself.
Yeah. I definitely feel like he's trying to stay relevant as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long he can keep that up. Like, how long can you try and keep being relevant through snitching? I mean, there's something else. There's something else you've got to do. I mean, obviously, you've got his music as well.
Yeah.
But
and I'm not going to lie, he is somewhat musically talented, somewhat.
Takashi's on the wave right now. And whether we want to admit it or not, we contributed to that wave. And he's riding it till it goes. Like, this is a cycle. And then when it's over, it's going to be old news. You know, no one's going to really talk about it. And then he's going to have to find something else to come out with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking about people in the media, Boosie, right? Do we talk about the fact that he ain't paying child support? Or do we talk about the fact that he is promoting underage sexual acts? Where do we start? I don't know.
So we're talking about Boosie Badass, yeah? So he's an artist right now, yeah? And the first thing I want to say to that is, put your pussy lips on live, I give you $1,000.
Put your pussy lips on live, I give you $1,000. Put your pussy lips on live, I give you $1,000.
I was not expecting that.
Boosie Badass is dirty. And do you know what? When he does things like the put your pussy, like, I find that funny, so I will laugh, innit? And like when he does certain things, but he's doing too much. So where do we want to start? Go on, you tell me where we start.
I want to start with like the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
So like in 2017, right? He put up a post of him and his son. I think at the time his son was probably like 13. And he basically said like happy birthday, and he basically said, okay, I've actually got it. Let's read it. He said, happy G-Day, love with all my heart, pops. See you tomorrow. Got a bag for you and a bad, and to give you some head.
Okay.
Then he went and denied it. And said, it was just a joke. But obviously now in 2020, it's a whole different story.
So wait, hang on a minute. So this was said in 2017.
Yeah, in 2017.
And did he deny it in 2017?
Yeah,
or
he denied it. He said it was a joke.
That's not a joke, baby. That's not a joke.
I don't believe him. Shall I tell you why? Because I've literally seen where he's had interviews and he said stuff like, I'm going to raise my children up right. Now, obviously, there's this whole controversy with him and Dwayne, because obviously Dwayne has chosen to love his son unconditionally, regardless of his gender or what gender he identifies with. Now, Boosie thinks, in his head, that you can decide whether you choose to be gay or not. So in his head, he's basically trying to justify what he said, because like I saw this interview And I'm so annoyed with myself because I can't even remember who was interviewing him. And he was just like, oh no, my sons know. They know the difference. They're going to learn. So basically, he's allowing old-ass women to suck his son's underage
grown.
to make sure that his son doesn't turn gay. Traumatic things can cause people to be like, do you know what? I don't even want to deal with women anymore.
That kind of act is so traumatic on a child who's barely begun to discover what he likes, you know? So traumatic events like that can trigger a change in sexuality. I'm not by a doctor, but I do know there are plenty of reasons why people, you know, change sexuality, or like you said, they decide, I don't want to deal with women again because they're scarred. In what world does that tell you that he's going to be, a man?
It doesn't. I don't think it defines. I don't think it will make him more or less of a man at all. If anything, I feel like when he gets older, that he possibly could end up having a lot of hate for his dad or dislike. Also, like paraphilic behavior, where he, you know, he could reenact some of those.
Robert Kelly. Yeah, Robert Kelly was touched. Yes, Robert Kelly was touched as a young child. Yeah. Underage, he was touched as a young child, and now look at him, he's grooming little girls. And on top of that, would you pay money for your 12-year-old, for your little daughter to get her clits up? No, you wouldn't. And that doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth.
Exactly. They protect their daughters, but they don't protect their sons. Like he literally offered out his son.
I feel so bad for that child because his father's put it out there on the internet. He's going to school. His friends are gonna make fun of him. First one, that's gonna be bullying, and then he's gonna have
But this is the thing though, I'll just quickly say on your point when you said his friends are going to make fun of him. I don't think his friends will, but I don't think they will realise. At 13, if you go around saying you got your dicks up, they're not going to make fun of you. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, what was it like? What was it?
Yeah.
But what they need to understand is this is not children and children. You show me yours, I show you mine. This is a grown-ass woman doing things to a little boy.
Where's the child's mother?
It's never going to be... No matter what female he's with, he's always going to try and compare it to that first old crusty-ass woman who showed him certain skills. When you're 13, even if you want to do... when you're 13, even if you want to do you show me yours, I show you mine, you're experiencing and you're learning together. Yeah. Do you understand? Oh, okay, so that's what it looks like.
Going forth, his expectations are going to be like, you know...
Yeah.
Hi.
Lucy is cut out. He's cut out the learning phase and gone straight to... I'm a pro. You know what I'm saying? So I feel, in my opinion, I feel bad for that kid. I'm gonna be on the internet. I'm like, what's happening next with this child? Because
also, I don't even think his child will respect women.
No,
because
I think 13, he doesn't.
Well, of course he doesn't, but he's a grown-ass man. You're not even trying to raise your son to respect women. There's a difference.
We have learned behavior.
Thank you, Shanice. Learned behavior. Sometimes the way he talks about Rihanna sometimes creeps me out. Like, it creeps me out. Like, he'd be like, oh, she's gonna be my wife. She's gonna be my... First of all, you don't own women. You don't own women. Like, they decide if they want to be with you or if they want to have any type of engagement with you. You can't go around just using... It's a double-edged sword again, because you're using a grown-ass woman, which is dumb because you're grown. You should know what you're doing. And then you're manipulating a child, like, to your will. What do you think you are?
So everyone was saying that basically he's going to get a new talk show. Not talk show, but he's going to get a new reality TV show. Do you guys remember Flavour of Love?
Don't start me.
I'm not going to lie. I would tune in to see Boosie try to find some love. Don't get me wrong. I do like I like Boosie, but I don't like him. Does that make sense? There's parts of me where I'm like, oh, this guy's funny. But it's funny because you're an adult and you're doing these things. But when you start trying to make your children grow up too fast, I can't fuck with that.
It's the entertainment factor of him. You like, he's funny to watch. But besides, I agree with his antics, which is understandable. I think everyone does. Everyone feels like that. We got to call it, we got to draw the line when we need to draw the line. I think it's an interesting situation. And I am very much interested to see how that outcome is going to be. I will not be tuning into the Boosie show because the man crazy.
No, he's an idiot. He's uneducated. That's what he is. He's uneducated. You can have as much money in the world, but if you're not educated up here, it's nothing.
Still don't pay the child support. Have the much money in the world, but still don't pay the child support.
And let's go back to that. Yeah, sir. If you save your money, instead of spending it on those women who are giving your son fellatio, you'll be able to pay your child support. Okay.
Even that, he should still be able to pay his child support. Like,
exactly.
what have you been doing with the money all this time? Well, besides paying for sexual favors for your child, like on one
It's
hand,
not just his child, by the way. He said as well it's his nephew.
Yeah, his nephew.
So
Yeah.
his child's cousin.
Yeah.
So there's two of them.
And they're all watching porn together.
why is this man not imprisoned?
He's raising, I don't want to say the pervert, but
yeah,
that's where it's going down.
Yeah, he's contributing to an act that could be...
Exactly. They all are.
Exactly. Like, what? So are we going to wait till more children come up and say, Boosie touched me or Boosie did this and he paid for some women before we take it seriously? Because I think that's what we did with R. Kelly. We just watched and then...
But the thing is, okay, so one, he's definitely not touching his own children. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Oh yeah, by the way, this is all alleged. We have to say alleged because if we start talking about this and he starts to sue us or someone decides to sue us, we could be in trouble. So allegedly, he's paying. But what I was trying to say, yeah, is people have it in their heads, yeah, like in order for a child to be molested, like a young boy to be molested, it has to be a man who's done it. When it can be a woman. Like a woman can molest children. They are paedophiles who do that shit.
Yeah.
It's not being funny, yeah. Why would you even want to see a little 13-year-old's private area?
Exactly.
I think it's partly also because of the money. Like, we don't know her situation.
You could never pay me any amount of money to do something like that.
Never.
You can't pay me to take off my socks online so you can see my toes. So you can't pay me for shit.
She better mind she get locked up.
Do you know what? She's just lucky that no one has identified who she is, because you think people wouldn't be in their comments going, "You're disgusting, you're scum."
The internet is crazy. Someone will find out.
Oh yeah, Black Twitter, they don't play.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just give them a name, just a name.
Give them a corner on the street where she work at. They go.
The internet is not a safe place, guys. It is not safe.
We laugh about it, but it's not a great situation. And also have a right to be talking about no Dwayne Wade's kids. Like, those are not your kids. Clearly.
Yeah, mind your business. Leave people's business alone. Leave people's business and mind your own. Like, it's not hard. Like, leave people's business alone. And also, let's be real. Let's just be real, yeah. Age 13, a young boy. He probably is doing sexual acts. The problem is that a big-ass woman is doing it to him. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't stop children from doing certain things.
Yes.
But a big-ass woman, even if they're exposed to that, even if he sees his dad carrying on with women, he's probably going to go out there and try and do it with a young girl, yes. But there ain't no way an old-ass woman should be touching a little boy. It's nasty.
Where are the parents? Like, do you just trust someone with their child so wholeheartedly you think nothing's going to happen? Maybe it's the cautious person in me, but I just don't let my kid. I would not let my kids, if I had one, just around everywhere. Even if you're family, like, I'm cautious. Like, the world is changing really bad.
Yeah, for real.
He's probably giving them money, so they're quiet.
You see how they say money is the root of all evil?
Yeah, he's probably looking after them with money.
Well, to be honest with you, they probably don't even see anything wrong with it because it's the type of family. Certain things, it's just like, not a way of life, but they probably just go, oh, it's just Boosie be Boosie. Like, oh, I would love if someone done that for me when I was younger. No, so you wouldn't.
Because if you want to think if the roles were reversed and he had a daughter and he paid for an older man to have sex with his, or, do sexual favors on his daughter, the world would be crying right now.
Exactly.
Welcome back to TimeZonePodcast.
This is the part of the show that we like to call "That's Not It" or "Ooh, That's Lit." That being said, I don't know if I should really talk about this, and I want you guys to help me decide what we should put it in, right?
Just to be clear, yeah, when somebody gets a "ooh, that's lit," that means it's a very positive thing. Or if they get a "that's not it," that means, yeah, that's not it. Like, why are you doing that? You're stupid.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure about this one. The fruit snack challenge. Whoever doesn't know what the fruit snack challenge is, basically parents put a bowl of fruit snacks in front of their child and instruct their child not to eat any until they come back. So they leave the room while they're being recorded. And if the child doesn't eat it, then yeah, they get to eat all of it, basically. Do you think it's a good way of parenting? Like, do you think it teaches the child discipline? Do you think it teaches them, like, how to be obedient? Do you think it teaches them gratification? Like, or do you think that it's not good to do that to your child. Go on, Eunice. I know you got something to say.
Still thinking, so ain't you go first?
Oh, should I go?
You go first.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you segued it. Come on.
Okay. It can teach your child this, like, obedience, right? But only if it's done something that's done regularly. Like, obviously, this is done as like a challenge on Instagram and TikTok, whatever. But I feel like if it's something that you do with your child regularly, teaching them when not to eat or when to eat, I think it does teach obedience to that child. But for the challenge, I don't know.
I think, like, I agree with you. It can teach obedience. It can teach conditioning. But I also think you want to be careful when it comes to, if we're talking about like the TikTok world and stuff like that, when it comes to talking, having kids involved with it, and especially if it's things that can change their personality, because if that is done regularly, it will change their personality. It will change like how they eat or whatever. I think you want to be careful with that. I think just leave the children out of it, in my opinion. Just leave the kids out of it.
So I'm going to give them ooh, that's not it. Simply because, one, your children's never going to learn from it, because what you're teaching them only be good if there's a camera in front of you. Because all the children can all see the camera. So they're not trying to hide the camera. It'd be different if they tried to hide the camera. Would they not take it? I saw one little boy, he picked up the sweet, because they're using sweets as well, not just fruits. He picked up the sweet and he looked at the camera and then he put it back down. So basically you're teaching them they can do things and they can be sneaky when there's not a camera, or if there's not something in front of them. That's one point, yeah. Second point is, some of these people, they're either doing it to kids who are way too old, yeah, or way too young. So there needs to be an age stamp on it if you're going to make it a challenge. What Eunice was saying about the conditioning, how it can change their personality, I agree to a certain extent, but I also think it's good for your children to learn that if someone's giving you something, you should ask your mum if you can have it first. You shouldn't just yell it. Do you understand?
Thanks. Do you, I don't know if you've done this in psychology, yeah? The study, like a gratification study, where they put one marshmallow down, they left the room for 15 minutes, right? And if the child didn't eat that one marshmallow in 15 minutes, they could have two after those 15 minutes.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it
is the psychology test. It's the same thing.
But I feel like that test is a better test than...
Yeah, it's better because, like I said, there was no camera. The camera was hidden. Do you understand? It's all good you telling your kids, don't do this and don't do that. For me, or the way I look at it, most parents are proud of their children, the things that they do when they're not around. Yeah. The character that they show when they're not around. There's a little bit off topic, but I remember in school, after school, there used to be like an ice cream truck that always used to come outside my school. And one day, my dad picked up me and my little brother from primary school, and my friend's mum was like, "Do you want an ice cream?" And I was like, "No, it's okay."
You wanted it.
I wanted it. I really wanted it. And I said, "No, it's fine, don't worry." And then I went into the car. My dad was like, "I'm so proud of you. This man drove us, and bought us all ice cream." But again, like, sometimes someone might give your child something and you're not there. Yes, you're at a party, but you don't want your child eating from that person because you and that person don't agree. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's them little things. You're not beggy. Like, and that's not to say that you're doing the fruit snack thing because your child's beggy.
So with the challenge, you really have to be careful who is doing that thing with that child. You know what I'm saying? Like,
children know.
Like Ink said, you want to be careful how often you do things like that. Because if you're trying to condition your child, by all means, go for it. But you just want to be careful, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, have you guys seen when Kylie Jenner's daughter done it? Yeah, she was like, patience. That's because already, forget the challenge, she's already been teaching her daughter patience. You can say a lot of things about that young woman, but what you can't say is that she didn't teach her child manners or teach her child how to conduct herself. Do you understand? But again, the child is a bit older. Yeah. So she can understand, okay, patience, I've got to wait. Even if she's singing a song, she's learned a song. Yeah. And she's realised when she needs to use that song before she does something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
She can identify in like the situation to use it, which is good.
Exactly.
So what are you saying, Nanshan? Because I'm giving them that's not it. Because I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the way forward. So what are you saying?
I'm gonna say I'm still undecided. I really am. I just feel like the way it's been used is wrong. I feel like it can be used in a positive way.
This segment is called Ooh, That's Lit or Ooh, That's Not It. So you can't be undecided. You have to say one or the other.
Fine, that's not it.
Eunice, what about you?
I mean, obviously that's not it. And I'll tell you why. Just because I just feel like leave the kids out of it, in my opinion. I'm very soft on children, so just like let the children out of it. Like, don't bring them into this whole digital age where they don't know what the hell's going on. And that's the only reason why I'm giving it. That's not it. Leave the kids out of it. Let them be children. All right, guys, we've come to the segment of the show we like to call Sharing is Caring. And recently, our girl Alexis Sky just posted a post that went on Shade Room. Shout out to Shade Room. It says, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, but women supposed to turn felons, cheaters, community digs, liars into kings. Oh, okay. So, like, what do you think about Miss Alexis Sky's post?
I think she's 100% right. But I think what's even funnier, is the fact that we all know the saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, Everyone always says it. It's constantly said.
Oh, yeah.
We know that we can't turn no felon, no liar, no nothing into our king,
Mm-hmm.
But no one's ever actually said it outright. So I kind of appreciated it because it's like, you know what? She ain't telling no lie, and someone actually said it.
Absolutely. What do you think, Shane?
No, she is. She's telling the truth. It's good that she said it because many people won't say it, and they probably will never say it after this. I mean, we'll talk about it, but it'll go quiet again, and then no one will talk about it.
It's this whole double standards thing. You know, a girl, if she has a pass or whatever, it's like, nah, I can't do that. Like, I'm not going there. But if it's a guy and he has a pass, it's like, he's a good man, doesn't matter, because I lie your turn.
Want you to take him with the baggage, the whole bag. They want you to come and take
exactly.
the whole bag.
Like this.
You're gonna
like
fucking
this.
break your back.
They fucking carry it and they're going with it. Like, is it so? I'm gonna ask another question to this before I get to the next point. But do you think it's the whole conditioning that women are supposed to be nurturers? They're supposed to be compassionate. Do you think that plays a part into it?
Hell fucking
yeah. We're supposed to deal with everything. Like, we're supposed to be able to take everything and deal with it, and it's not always that. It's not always that case.
We're supposed to be ride or dies. Don't matter what he's done. If we're a true woman and we really love him. Really.
You love your man.
You love him, You're supposed to ride him. You're supposed to ride for him, sorry. Not ride him. You're supposed to ride for him. Obviously, you're supposed to ride him too, but it's no different to the double standard of when people say, oh, like, you know, for example, if a guy talks about sex, like, oh, I had sex last week and with this girl and that girl and this girl, that's fine. But if a girl, if she just says that she likes sex, it's like, oh, she's a Jezebel, oh, she's loose, she's a scat, she's this, whatever. And if she doesn't talk about sex enough, it's like, oh, she's boring, man. She don't know what to do. She's boring.
There's no middle ground with it, is there? Like, it's all or nothing.
There is none. I completely agree with her post because it's ironic. Like, we're supposed to do all this backbreaking work to make, we're supposed to stand behind our man and make them look good and all this stuff. But what about us? Like, who's gonna make us look good? Like, who's gonna make us feel like queens that we are? Because we do a bulk of the work and we get no credit for it unless you're Michelle Obama. I envy her. To add to that, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So have you ever been in a situation with like an ex, a man, or whatever the situation may be, that you felt like, damn, what is this about? Like, you've actually felt what Alexis is saying. Have you been in that position?
So you've tried to turn someone who you know is no good for you into your king. Hell fucking yeah. I think we're all, I don't know, let me not say we're all guilty of it, but I have. And it hasn't necessarily been a boyfriend. For me, it was like I was seeing somebody at the time and I kept getting red flags, but obviously I was choosing to ignore that. I was still trying to pursue down that road of like boyfriend, girlfriend. So yeah, I have done it.
Okay, and what did you learn from that situation?
You can't turn no hoe into no housewife. And that guys can be those too.
Absolutely. Shanice, what about you?
Yes, I've been in that situation. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I wouldn't do it again. I guess if you do it and you can see that it was worth it, like your relationship lasts, and yes, okay. But for me, it didn't go that way. And I feel like a lot of times females know the type of person that they're talking to. And it is, as Ink said, you see the red flags, you choose to ignore them. I don't think I saw red flags, but I knew what type of person he was. And we both spoke about it before, so we could accept, like, we accepted our past and left it in the past, right? But it still didn't work. It still didn't work. So I guess, yeah, you can't turn them. But then again, like, it depends on. So if I was with somebody or talking to somebody and I knew that they were like a known hoe, would I still try and pursue them? Would I still try to pursue a relationship if I knew that he was a known hoe to like the whole, like, my group of friends or the local area? Would I still pursue that? Probably not.
Yeah.
Are you saying that now because of your age and because you've learned? if someone's a known hoe and you like them, you genuinely like them.
Yeah.
I think as females, even if they are a known hoe, we're going to overlook it if we actually like them. If you've never liked them, fair enough. But obviously, with age, we're all like, 24, 25 now?
Mm.
Now, if we know the person's a known hoe, whether we like them or not, bye.
Mm. But that's the thing, males wouldn't do that. It would just be like, no, I don't want anything to do with her, regardless of our age. Exactly. They find it hard to look over it, whereas females, we're more likely to look over it. With age, and
you want to know,
you've got sense.
Part of it for me, for men, in my opinion, is that it's a pride thing. Once they find a woman that they might actually really like this girl, but they find that her body count is like this, like what's wrong? They're like, oh hell no, she got experience. I can't fuck with that shit. Or they think, oh hell no, she's used. It's like, but you really like her though. So I had a friend, right, and we were talking, and I asked him, and he said, oh, like, I don't ask women about their body counts because the moment I know it, I'm dumping them. I'm like, what if you've been like in a 3-year relationship with them and you love them, and randomly you found out that her body count's like, what, 8? He's like, oh, hell no. I'm like, you would dump her? He's like, hell yeah. I'm like, because of the body count. And then I said,
can I just say though, in his defense, yeah. Okay, fair enough. If he asked her and then she told him he's capped the count, and then he was like, okay, I'm going to go, whatever. But if you found out her body count without her telling you and it's high, he has every right to dump her. Like, that's embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you find out.
Yeah,
if you find out.
For example, no, hold on a minute. Wait 1 second, yeah? And let's say you're dating someone, yeah? And he goes, look, I've had a bit of a pass, yeah? I've been with like 10 girls, 20 girls, whatever, yeah? You're going to be like, okay, cool. I've respected that you've told me, you've communicated this with me, and that's fine. But if you go out and you're hearing, oh yeah, I slept with him. Oh yeah, he slept with him too. Oh yeah, she done this. He has every right to dump her ass because she should have said.
When you put it in that perspective, I get it. But I'm just talking like, you've been with this person.
If she told him, it's a different story. If she told
that's what I'm saying. Like, she told him.
If she told him, then no, he shouldn't, because he should appreciate the fact that she's telling the truth and she's telling him what it is. If she didn't tell him and he's found out all these different things, he has every right to be upset. It should have been said.
We're going to go with the first one, though. Like, they're having a conversation with each other and they're telling each other. My thing is, like, the mistake that the mistake that some women make in a relationship when the guy's like, they're trying to know you, they're trying to be in a relationship with you, and they want to know about your past. Let them go first with what they say. And then if they say, oh, I've had sex with 3 people, I've had sex with 1. One, you always let the guy go first. You can't be out here just. But
so what you're saying is,
to be honest with you, it's a put off for me. I don't even want to hear how many people he's been with.
So you're saying,
I don't.
Are you saying that you want us to lie?
Girl,
are you saying you want us to lie?
I'm saying you don't. I'm saying you'll meet the fact. You're still saying you have sex.
Do you want us to lie? Why do you need him to go first? Are you going to lie? That's what I'm asking.
Because if I say I had sex with 4 people and he's had sex with 8, I am instinctively going to think he's going to lie to me about his number. If my number is like 4 and that's his like no mark, and he's at 8, he's going to tell me he had 2 people in his life. I just feel like...
I think.
Don't say guys don't lie. Don't say guys don't lie.
Wait. I think guys don't lie with a number, but they say certain things like,
oh, well,
I've had a pass, you know. Like, I've had a pass, you know. Like, they'll say that. And that means.
But that's even worse.
That's worse.
Like,
sky high.
That's worse. You can't tell me you had a pass. Like I'm in a relationship right now. Have we talked about exes? Yeah. Have we talked about body count? No, because honestly, I really don't want to know. My thing is, when I really like a person and I like you for you and you've treated me nice and we are growing something, I don't want to know your body count. I don't care. That's what you did in the past. And I know I'm not out there. I know I've not been in relationships like that. So I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where it's going to hurt me by your answer. Mm-hmm. So I just let it be. I guess we should take it back to Alexis' post. Like, with the whole, contradictory, women can be turned, hosts can be turned into wives and cheaters or whatever can be turned into kings. How do you think as women we can move forward to actually stand up for ourselves? Like, if you have a man that you absolutely love and if you know about his past, do you think they should work on it, or do you think she should weigh our options? I love him. I'm going to ignore his past and I'm gonna still try and make him a better man? Would you fall in love with the potential, or would
Depends
you
what
see
his
the reality?
past is. If it's like he keeps cheating, it depends on what we're talking about. And also it depends on the person.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can meet someone and they really truly have changed their ways.
Okay.
Would I give that person a chance? Probably yes. Probably no. It just depends. Like, I can't answer that question.
I mean, I think once I know the past, I mean, I prefer to know the past. Not like outright, like I need to know your past before, but I prefer that at the start of us talking, that things are very clear.
No, but when you say that, sorry, do you mean, so if he said to you, look, I've been with like 50 girls, you want to know that?
Yeah, I want to know because I'm going. Because I'm going.
So you don't think there's any type of redemption for someone? Because let's just be real. You see guys, even if they tell you 30, they're lying. There's been more than that. So you want to know. So you want them to be like, yo, Sham, what's your body count? And he'd be like,
I mean, they don't have to ask me that. But I don't mind if it comes up in conversation. But I don't think you should sit down, okay, today we're going to, find about each other's sexual history. I don't want to know about that. It's not because, like, oh, yeah, you've been with 50 girls. But it's like, how do those girls feel about you now? Like, it's more than that. It's not just
exactly.
Sex with 50 girls. It's like, how did you treat those 50 girls? What do those 50 girls have to say about you now? Like, yeah.
It's more of a character thing. Like you said, it's all situational. We all have deal breakers, right? You know what I'm saying? Like one of my biggest deal breaker, and I think I was such a teenager thinking about this, like, I ain't never gonna date a man with no kids, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I've already cut off half of the men in the world by just saying that, like.
Well, yeah, because you realise once you hit, it's okay to say that when you're 17 and once you're 20, but once you hit 25 upwards, you can't really be saying them type of things, babes. You can't be saying it.
No, not at all.
But I definitely agree with what you said, Shanice. It's not a thing of like me saying, oh, I don't want to know. What I mean is what you said in terms of, obviously, I don't think it's a thing that you should be like, so how many people have you slept with? Like, I don't think it's a thing like that. But obviously, if it does come up in conversation, then it is something that needs to be spoken about. Because if he's saying to you, I've only ever been in 2 relationships, but I've slept with 30 people, red flag, babe. There's something not quite right there. You have to
I think it comes down to age as well. Age. Like, when did you lose your virginity? How old are you now when you're talking to this person? There's some people that say, okay, their body count's 2 and it's been 2 for forever. You kind of know that, okay, that might be a lie. Because when you think about, okay, when did you start having sex and how old are you now? You think, okay, that it doesn't really add up. And that's when you have to think about it.
For you ladies, do you think that it comes up in conversation, if it's a number, if we don't even have to stick with the freaking body count. If they're a felon, would you give them a chance?
Depends what they went to jail for.
Yeah, I was just about to say, crime.
Okay, if they're cheaters, would you give them a chance?
Hell no. Hell no.
Okay.
And I don't care how long it was. No.
Why? I know what you're gonna say. Why won't you give them a chance?
Because they're probably gonna cheat on you, babe.
Okay. So if it's flipped and she's a cheater, should a man give her a chance?
No.
Okay.
Because she's probably going to cheat on you, babe. The fuck? No. So if it's a thing, yeah, where you're speaking to them and you're like, okay, so have you ever cheated? And they say to you like, yeah, I did cheat when I was like 20 on my girlfriend, and he's now like 25, 26. It's a little bit different. Of course, I'm going to need to know what happened to make you cheat. That I'm more likely to be like, But if it's a thing where your recent relationship, you've just cheated, your last couple of relationships, you've just cheated, a year ago, you've just cheated, yeah? No, you got to go.
But do you think he would tell you that?
If he doesn't tell me, then we've got a problem in itself because he's a liar.
I agree with you. I've never cheated. Would I be with someone who is a known cheater? Hell no. Because I believe in the statement, once a cheater, always a cheater. Personally, you need now of 25 years of age? Absolutely not. If you've cheated before and we're in a relationship and I find out and without you telling me, when I tell you I disappear from your life like you never saw me before, my bags. And all these women out here be Tatiana's thinking, I can get your man if I want to, girl. You're going to lose him too, just like you got him. So I ain't worried about it. Like,
to be fair though, some people, their intention isn't to take the man, it's just to use them for what they use stuff for.
Yeah, and it's to piss you off.
Very true.
I used to say this thing when I was like, 22? I'd be like, I'm evil. So I told someone one time, like, if you ever cheated on me, I would date your daddy and I'll be your stepmom. So and I told one other guy, I said, fine, you can cheat on me. I'm not gay, but I'll still steal your girlfriend. So fuck with me. Fuck with to me, and I don't want her. I just want you to be
For
her.
real.
So fuck
For
with
real. What about you, Shan?
If they, like what you said, Inks, if they had cheated in the past, like, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years ago, then yes. But if they're a known cheater and people know that he's a cheater, like the whole hood knows that he's a cheater, no.
It's all situational. Like Ink said, like if they've grown, you've seen that growth, and you know the situation of the past as to why they cheated, you decide if you want to go on with that. Like, and for me too, it's situation. If I'm in a relationship and I find out after the fact we've already started a relationship, I will leave. But if we have that conversation and we've talked about it and I choose to deal with it, at that point it's on me. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to clarify. Like, that's what we're saying. It is situational, but the truth is, once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah, I agree. Right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been our very first episode of Time Zone. Obviously, we just want to give a big thank you to everyone who's listening, and thank you for tuning in on YouTube if you're watching us via the internet. And obviously, we're not perfect. We're still learning. We still need to upgrade our equipment. We know that, you know, the sound probably isn't the best and the visuals aren't the best, but bear with us. We'll get there. It's a learning curve. So, yeah, thanks for that.
I want to extend my thank you as well. So thank you guys for locking in. Also, for our sharing and caring section, it would be nice if anyone could like send in their stories, anything that's happened to them, and we can kind of talk about it, possibly give some of our own experiences and advice. You can do that by emailing TimeZonePodcast2020@gmail.com.
And it's all anonymous.
Oh, yeah. I was about to
yeah, completely anonymous, guys. It is completely anonymous.
Completely anonymous. And also, do not forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Our handle is @TimeZonePodcast, but the podcast as a 0. Okay, again, that is @TimeZonePodcast. We're looking forward to hearing from you guys, to connect with you guys. And we're so excited that you joined us here today. And we are excited for the future. And thank you again. I appreciate you guys for being here.
Bye.
Bye.
You're locked in to the Time Zone podcast.